Hi, welcome to Soul to Soul, a virtual event to support Hill House Hospice in Richmond Hill. My name is Ann Klausner, owner of Exercise with Care. I started my career in health and wellness 20 years ago as an aquatic therapist. And it was very interesting working in warm water therapy pools. I always noticed that people would come to the pool in excruciating pain and they'd come into the water and submerge, and when they'd come up, their face would have changed, the tension would be gone, and a smile would often appear, because in the warm water therapy pools, nobody seemed to feel their pain. And this was very curious to me. I never really knew the reason why until many years later I started to study the neurology of movement and pain. And then I discovered the secret that our brain holds over everything that we experience, feel, and do and see, and everything. It all comes down to our brain, our nervous and sensory system. So we're going to talk about that today, and I'm going to give you some fun exercises to do either on a daily basis. I do some of them every day. I do some of them not every day. And you're going to be able to pick and choose and see what feels good for you. But let's start by understanding what's going on in our own brain. And I'm going to show you a slide for that. And we're going to see what your brain is actually experiencing. Without our sensory system, this is what our brain is experiencing. Nothing. It sits inside our skull, a dark box void of any information about the outside world or even what's happening inside our body. We tend to think of our brain as this magnificent machine which can think up complex philosophies, civilizations, and fly us into outer space. But in reality, it's only that very front part of our brain, that little green area encircled with bright yellow, that is responsible for all these complex thoughts. The rest of our brain is dedicated to receiving and interpreting sensory information, movement, and of course, survival through our respiration, heart rate, digestion, etc. If you look at the colors on the brain, the orange area is responsible for our movement. The blue and brown area is receiving information from our tactile and touch sensory system. The pink and red area in the back is our visual system. The gray area is our auditory system. And we also have our sense of smell, that little tiny green area, which gives our brain the information it needs. So the really big message here is that every single thing that happens inside and outside of your body, everything you feel, see, smell, touch, affects every reaction and thought and feeling that is created by your brain, because everything is created by our brains. And we can affect that in positive and negative ways. When we shut down our sensory system, when we're not giving positive information or enough information into our brain, it doesn't know what to think, and it's going to go into fear. And it's going to possibly give us pain, stiffness, and other unpleasant sensations in our body. But when our brain has a wide range of vision, when it can hear and see and experience, and it knows that the world around us is safe, we're going to feel better every single day. And every sensation that you give to your brain affects all the other sensations as well, because it's an integrated unit. So we're going to get started with a sensory warm-up. Like I said, this is something that parts of it I do every single day, not all of it. And I invite you to follow along and choose what feels good for you, what feels good right now, and what may feel good later. I hope you enjoy the session.